Hi, welcome to Driving TV and I hope you are well. In this video, I like to talk to you with those who find this driving is a bit difficult and also passing the test, it's also difficult for them. So I like to talk to you if you are that person. Now, driving is not a cup of tea for many learners. For many learners, they don't like driving, they don't have any interest in driving, and this driving is not their cup of tea. It doesn't come easily to them. But the problem is we all have to learn to drive and pass the test. Why? Because we need this driving in our life. The life seems not normal without this driving. Why? Because we need to go to work, we need to go to the places we love, we need to go and visit our families, relatives, we need to take our children to school, and it's because we need driving in our life. And that makes it difficult for those who doesn't find this driving is for them, because this driving for them is not their cup of tea, but they have to learn, and that makes it difficult for them. So I'd like to talk to you if you are that person. If you've been following me, you would know that I've been doing this teaching for last 20 years, and I taught people from all walks of life in different colors. I taught the doctors, the lawyers, the solicitors, the office workers, the painters, the decorators, the building workers, the nurses, the queen of the house. Now, when I say queen of the house, you might think, what do I mean queen of the house? You call them housewives. And I don't like calling housewives because I feel it sounds a bit cheap. Mothers, wives who are housewives, they have a big role to play in life. And I think the title housewife sounds a bit cheap. So I like to call them queen of the house. Anyway, that's another day. It's another subject. Maybe I'll talk about it on another day. So today is all about helping those who find this learning is not their cup of tea. Now, in my teaching throughout the years, as I said, I taught many different people coming from different walks of life in different colors. And there are many, this driving is quite difficult for you to learn and for you to pass. So what do you do? What can you do to make this learning a little easy for you? Is there anything you can do? Is there a secret for you to do something and go and learn and pass the test? And the answer is there is no secret and there is no medicine for you to go and take the medicine and learn and pass. You have to find a way to learn and pass the test. Now, the practical side doesn't change. You will have to go out and you will have to learn and pass the test. That doesn't change. So whether you are a person who this driving is interesting to you or is not interesting, you have to go out and do the practical and you have to learn and pass the test. So you can't change that. So what can you change to make this bit little easy for you? So it's less difficult. It's not as much difficult as it seems to you. What can you do? One thing I say to my learners is that mentally prepare yourself and ask the question, why do you need to learn this? What's the reason you need to learn? Because it all comes from the mental, isn't it? You have to make sure that you are mentally ready. You have the motivation, you have the inspiration. If this driving is not your cup of tea, you're not going to have that motivation. You're not going to have that inspiration for you to learn. And that becomes difficult for you to learn because you don't have that interest. You would notice the things you love doing, you find it easy because you have that motivation, you have that inspiration. You find it easy because it is interesting for you. This driving is not interesting, so you don't have the motivation. You don't have that inspiration for you to learn. And you have to change that mentally. You have to say to yourself, what can I do to make sure to change my thinking so that I find this motivated, I find this inspiration to learn. And the thing I would say to you, if you are that person, is that think of the reason why you need to learn this. Think of the reason, okay? Why do you need to learn to drive and pass the test? What is the outcome? What are you going to get if you pass this driving? What is the achievement going to be? So think of the things. So think of the reasons why you are learning in the first place. So number one, you need it for job. You need to go to work. So if you are working somewhere near, is because you can't drive, so you can't go far. If you pass, you could get a better job because you could drive to that place. At the moment, you can't drive, so you have to work somewhere around near to you. If you learn to drive, maybe you could go a little bit further to get a better job. So number one, for job, career, going to the places you love, go and visit the relatives you want, whenever you want. Take your children to school, take them to activities. Maybe your children, you want to take them to swimming. Maybe you want to take them to whatever they want to do, maybe football. You can't do that because you can't drive. Okay, so think of the things that you will do if you pass the test. Why? Because if you think that this is going to give you the motivation, because you know the outcome at the end of it, even though you don't like driving and this driving is not interesting to you, you know that if you learn and if you pass, what is the outcome? What are you going to get at the end? If you think of that mentally, this driving is going to become a little easy for you. It is the outcome you need to think. What are you going to achieve at the end? Because this is going to be an achievement for you at the end. So even though it's difficult, you know at the end you're going to get a license. And this license is going to open doors for you. It's going to give you different opportunities. It's going to give you that freedom. And that should give you that motivation. That should give you the inspiration. Because the outcome is much more than learn to drive. So if you know the outcome, this learning should become easy for you. Let me share a story of my life. So just to give you an example from my life, one day I will share my journey. But just to give you a short story of my life is that after I became a driving instructor, I also wanted to become an accountant. Okay? So I did some reading and I did some research what I need to do to become an accountant. Okay? So then I found out that I need to study for 3 to 4 years to be qualified as an accountant. Okay? So I knew this is going to be difficult for me. So even though I'm a driving instructor and I had my own driving school, I also wanted to become an accountant. Okay? I knew that I have to study for 3 to 4 years and I knew it's going to be difficult. But at the end of it, I knew what I'm going to achieve. This journey of 3 years to 4 years, me studying as well as running my driving school and doing my job, paying my bills, to become an accountant is always going to be difficult because a lot of studying and I have to make extra time for me to study. But I knew at the end of it what I'm going to get. Even though this studying going to be difficult for 3 to 4 years, but at the end of it, I will become an accountant and then I could have my own firm. And guess what? I studied for 3 to 4 years. I qualified myself. I did the training from Southampton where I live. I went to London twice a week for a year to do my training with a chartered accountancy firm. And now for last 8 years, I also have my accountancy firm. Now, why am I telling you this? Is because just to inspire you, just to give you that motivation. If you want to do something, even if it's difficult, if you know the outcome, if you know what you are going to get, it becomes easy for you. Trust me, because I've done it and I know. I've done it with my accountancy and I've seen many learners. For the last 20 years I've been teaching. I know that for those who find this learning difficult, I always say to them, what is the outcome? Think of the outcome you are going to get if you pass, if you learn and if you pass the test. So think of the outcome, think the benefit, think of the freedom that you're going to have, and it becomes easy for you. Because one thing for sure, the practical side is not going to change. That's going to stay there. Whether you are a person who finds driving interesting or not, the practical side doesn't change. You still have to go out, you have to learn, and you have to pass. The only thing you can't change is yourself, the way you think. If you could do that, this learning becomes easy for you. Now, me as a teacher, as your driving instructor, I'm always trying to find ways, what can I do? And I know that I can't help everyone, but I try to do as much as I can to contribute to help you, especially those who find this learning difficult. And as you know that there was a course I launched about a year ago to help learners like yourself to find it a little easy. And that course has been doing fantastic. Many learners bought the course, joined the course, and it's been helping them. And the new one I launched a few days ago is also doing good. Many are joining. It's the same course as I did a year ago, but I've added more things so that I prepare you mentally. The thing I'm talking about in this video, I talk about it in the course in a great details, in a bigger details. So those of us who find this difficult, this course is going to help. And also with the course I am giving, because obviously I can't be with everyone. So I'm thinking, what can I give in the course? So those of you who's going to join the course, the new course just launched a few days ago, you will be added to a Facebook group especially for this course, so that I will be there involved with you, helping you, guiding you, hopefully answering your questions. Because I'm trying to think, how can I help you? What can I do to be there with you? And obviously, as you know, I can't be there physically with you, but I want to help. So with this course, what I am doing is I'm giving you a chance for you to be in this group. If you join, you're going to be in this Facebook group where you all share the journey, the difficulty you are going through, and also I'm going to be there to guide you, hopefully, and answer your questions. So if you're interested to be part of that group, make sure you join in the course, and I will leave the link in the description for you to join in the course. Okay, hopefully it will help you. I want to help everyone who find this learning difficult, but what can I do? I can't be there for everyone. So I'm finding ways, and I think this is one of the way hopefully I could help through this Facebook group, especially for this course, so that I will be there for you. So like I said, so if you're interested, make sure you go to description and join in the course, and hopefully I will help you there. And that's it for this video. I hope it helped. If it did, please do make a comment. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.